beautiful daughter-in-law and one of God's greatest gifts to humankind, a granddaughter. By profession, I am a nurse. I reside in that unique minority of males who make up roughly 5% of the profession. This is my chosen career, or at least the one I backed into. By passion, I am a writer, speaker, founder of a charity, entrepreneur, runner, and follower of Christ. These are the many important adjectives that describe who I am, not listed in any particular order. Then there's that pesky little friend named Parkinson's, which came into my life at a comparatively early age and which allows me to call myself patient, client, advocate, and fighter. I have a complex relationship with this friend. I love much of what Parkinson's has brought me while hating it and specifically its symptoms. It is a disease that typically afflicts individuals over the age of 60. Seldom is it a bother to those under the age of 50, with only about 10% of the Parkinson's population diagnosed before the mid-century mark. I was 46. Parkinson's is a progressive nerve disease of the brain that in time leads to a debilitation of a person's motor functions. In other words, you can no longer control the movements of your body. The individual with Parkinson's loses the important ability to produce a chemical called dopamine, leading to the classic symptoms of tremor, stiffness, slowness, and loss of balance, along with myriad lesser-known evils referred to as non-motor symptoms. Not all lottery wins are good things, and I'm not particularly happy about having won this one. But although my new best friend, whom I hate, has brought a certain level of grief into my life, it also played a direct role in my next lottery win. At Cheryl's urging, my son Tim Jr. and I applied to appear on The Amazing Race Canada. We had little expectation of hearing back, but Cheryl was certain we'd get an interview. They'll be intrigued, she said, by my Parkinson's diagnosis. Naturally, she was right. Running that race has changed everything. It's not only taught me valuable lessons in how to persevere, but also allowed me the opportunity to pursue my passions. Winning was incredible, of course. The trips, the prizes, the cash, it was all more exciting than words can describe. Yet my passions have never had much to do with things. As a nurse, it was always my desire to care for individuals. Early on, as a youth pastor, I wanted to help students find their way in life. Since then, Cheryl and I have been involved with a number of charities and community organizations, and the race has given us the chance to pursue these activities with renewed vigor. It and Parkinson's have led to many exciting adventures that I wouldn't have otherwise thought possible, from the founding of our charity U-Turn Parkinson's to the development of a speaking career that has taken me around the globe. So in writing this book, I want to inspire you to view life through a new lens, to see the potentially negative as an opportunity to grow. Running the race was an adventure, but what I want to share are the challenges of running it with Parkinson's and the lessons that taught me, to help you discover the joy that comes in persevering through hard times. I hope to encourage those who face this disease to give them and their families the courage and strength to walk this very difficult path. But I also want to encourage those living with other hardships, whatever they may be. After all, the lessons of perseverance are universal and can help the cancer patient and the corporate CEO alike. Running the race with my eldest son was a wonderful experience. Many have asked about this aspect of the journey, and my answer is always the same. Tim Jr. made the perfect partner. He was fun and lighthearted, but also attentive to the needs of a father with Parkinson's. He was patient with my weaknesses and carried us when needed with the strength that comes only from a strapping young man. I'm so proud to have had the chance to create these memories with my son. I can't imagine having won this race without him. It is my hope that you'll be inspired by our story and that, like my friend Jenna, you'll grow in your ability to persevere. I hope it will give you what you need to run your race and win. Chapter 1. Beating the Odds. The first few minutes of our ferry ride across Toronto's inner harbor to Center Island were surreal. Almost everywhere we went during the race, we'd drawn crowds, or at least curious stares, as our camera and sound crews chased us about. But here on the ferry, the cameras had been lowered. Our fellow passengers all but ignored us. For a few brief moments, we were left to our own thoughts about what might shortly come to pass. About halfway across the harbor, our brains switched from reflective